You know, I personally think of Sephiroth more as a skier guy than as a snowboarder. No? Why do you think somebody should ban you over your petty palatal preferences? I mean, salmon has its downsides. But then again, there's lots of different types of salmon. You know. But I guess you could say the same about tuna. There's also different kinds of tuna. But I mean, salmon is probably the most basic fish. Like, salmon is probably the fish equivalent to like a basic bitch. Everyone who doesn't like fish is probably fine with eating salmon, which I don't really know what that is telling you, but um, I think salmon doesn't really have the most fishy tasting fish tastes. Tilapia is? I didn't know that. That's interesting that you say so. Isn't tilapia like already kind of exotic? You know, I find salmon to be very mild tasting actually. Um, oh, actually, there's a fish that I think tastes like urine, but I don't know the English name. I need to look that up. So you can tell me if I think if what I think about the taste is accurate or not. I mean, I think it's not so much a taste, but rather the smell of the fish. Like whenever I have that fish, which I generally don't because I think it tastes like urine or it smells like urine, I think that it smells like urine. Well, I'm gonna go out of my way and look up the spooky name of that fish now. I mean, I could tell you the German name, but I'm not sure if that would help you any much. No, that's not quite it. Let's see. Maybe I should look it up on Wikipedia and just say, I mean, my translation app doesn't really help very much. No, I'm talking about a certain type of fish that I think tastes, or not tastes, that I think smells like urine when it's cooked. But I also hear that a lot of people like the fish, so I'm not sure what that even means. Maybe they just like the smell of urine. They don't even have an English... What the fuck? They don't have an English Wikipedia page on that fish. Maybe you don't eat that somewhere else. Maybe it's just a German type of food. Well, never mind then. I guess will always remain a mystery to you what kind of fish I was talking about. Lutefisk really is. I thought lutefisk is just some kind of jolly Scandinavian fish dish. Isn't it like baked with pastry and something? I mean, if lutefisk is preserved in urine, then whose urine is it preserved in? Like, the fish's urine? The person who makes the lutefisk's urine? Those are all very spooky alternatives. Did I have any good eel or octopus sushi? I don't remember actually if I had. I mean, the sushi I had was quite alright, but actually it was good. It wasn't just alright, it was good, but it wasn't really mind-blowingly good either. I mean, in terms of octopus, I had better octopus in Spain. I mean, isn't there like the trinity of Japanese konbinis? Isn't that Family Mart, Lawson's, and 7-Eleven? Am I forgetting anything? Supermarket sushi. I mean, if you've only ever tried supermarket sushi, you really have still a long way to go to try, like, actual sushi. I mean, to be fair, like, some supermarket sushi probably isn't that bad, but, like, it's probably not... It's probably something like the frozen pizza discussion we had earlier, how frozen pizza is not really like pizza. I mean, I too have tried supermarket sushi, and the thing I don't like about it is how you can't actually choose what kind of items you want. Like, supermarket sushi, I find, has just too much of a focus on California rolls and weird inside-out stuff that probably some kind of Westerners like. Personally, though, I'm more into the orthodox sushi, like the more Japanese-inspired, traditional kind of things that are not California roll heavy. You know, I really don't like avocado rolls. I should have probably said that as well. I don't really like avocado. And the kind of supermarket sushi where I live, it just focuses too much on stuff I don't like. Like, there's too much avocado in it. Too much things that do not belong in sushi, in my opinion. Hey, Demon King. what is my favorite sushi? I actually quite like unagi myself. I like strange looking seafoods, like anything with octopus, eel, um, probably anything tentacle shaped. But I also actually quite like cucumber walls, so kappamaki. I don't really think I need help bringing back the bot to life. I just haven't really done it. But I mean, if you have a bot to use that you want to use, then you can definitely do that. This is not exactly a one-off, but it's not really a. I wouldn't expect too much. I always find it funny people at Twitch, like how they seem to watch Twitch a lot at work. I mean, I guess there's actually a lot of work these days that you can do while you're doing other stuff, like watching Twitch streams. It just seems kind of funny to me still. What kind of comfy work you must have to be able to watch Twitch at the same time? Something along the lines of this is not exactly a one-off, but you shouldn't expect too much regardless. Oh well, that was easier than I thought. You know, the unfortunate thing about collapsing is that you have to listen to stories about mountain climbing and potato cooking. The Monomod sets all your stats to 1 in this game, so your stats are garbage, but to counter that, you start out with a lot of late game equipment and materia. You know, it's kind of funny how the different characters here have different animations or different reactions to the colds. I mean, obviously Kate Sif isn't phased at all because he's not even a human, he's just a machine, so he doesn't have to react to it. And Juffy is kind of like a bit exaggerating, but then again she probably doesn't she doesn't really wear many clothes anyway. Red 13 and Barrett don't seem too affected by it either. I don't think that's how Kate Sif works. I mean, the whole thing is just a machine. I mean, there's the cat parts, but I didn't think that, like, one of them is literally Kate and the other one is Sid. I thought it's just a name for the whole thing. Well, that's the original Japanese name anyway. Or rather, Katoshi. You think it's one of the most creative characters? That's interesting. I've never really thought about that. But I also think that Kate Sif isn't exactly one of the most beloved characters. I mean, the fact that Kate Sif is a spy and betrays the party probably doesn't help with his popularity very much either. I think you mean Quina, not Quinoa. No, this is not Mount Condor. You probably refer to Fort Condor, which is a... it's not really a mountain, it's more like a hill cave. This is Gale's Cliff. Yeah, that's where you have the minigame in Fort Condor. Well, that's almost 5 years ago. That is kind of a while ago indeed. Oh, hey, Metal. Well, who wouldn't exploit Tifa? She's very exploitable. Yeah, I noticed that you said that Discord is still broken. I haven't actually worked on that yet. I don't really know, like, do I just, let me just quickly do that? How does one even generate a link? Oh, you just click here? Is that it? Is that as simple as it is? Wow. Is that the same link though? I'm not sure. Hey, I'm good. How are you? And this is a waste of MP. I also just realized I could probably just use Magic Breath to kill all of those. But, I mean, that's probably even more MP intensive. You're actually the only person to ask that. I don't really currently have any plans to attend any speedrunning events, considering that I haven't really done it in like a long time, so it probably wouldn't really... I mean, I could still go there and watch something, but I don't know. I haven't really been too much on Twitch lately, so... Well, that may be true, but what is your point? Let me just quickly check something. Yeah, this is all on Steam. I wasn't exactly in Japan lately, but I've been there twice now. My Twitter pics, interesting. I mean, you don't have to like literally run the X, you can just use the launcher, which will then run the X for you. But I guess it's pretty much the same. I mean, someone has to run the X, that's how the game works on Steam at least, yeah. I'm surprisingly running out of Phoenix Downs. That's not good. So all of Schizo's attacks are fire, ice, lightning, or earth elemental. So if you have a tetra element, tetra elemental, you will take no damage. And now that I have 2 magic plus materia, I can really quite enhance my magic. I think so, at least. It wasn't even released in Europe yet. That must have been like a while ago. No, I already did like the first part yesterday, so this hasn't been just run one so far. What's your name, son? I don't remember anything about that. What exactly is the What's Your Name song? Do you mean like in the speedrunning community? Oh, you mean the dude? I get what you mean now. You mean Deft Home? For some reason I misread that as duo and not dude, so I thought you meant like an actual like musical song. Like something you might hear on the radio, not something you might hear on Twitch. Yeah, you mean Deftome, who is also a speedrunner. What were you wondering? Were you in the mood for some interesting music again? So now we get to enjoy this beautiful animation only 4 times. This is actually almost enough to one-hit KO this, but not quite. I mean, considering that the enemy's attacks actually use up MP, the boss can run out of MP and just not be able to do anything anymore, which is kind of silly. As I said, since every attack this boss uses is either fire, ice, lightning or earth elemental, if you have a tetra element you just cannot die to this. And since you do in this mod, this is a really kind of pointless fight, because you just... there's no way you can die here, if you have that equipped at least. Hey Gjoerulv, how are you?
I'm good, how are you?
I wasn't actually talking to you, but now that I seem to have unmuted me on myself on Discord, I seem to have called upon some other people. So who am I actually talking to? Oh, it's you.
Yes, it is me.
That's of course very helpful for the others to clear up that it's you now. So what have you been doing without your dose of this stream for like the last 2.5 to 3 years?
Mostly sobbing incoherently.
Yeah, I would probably do the same if I had been a watcher of this and not the streamer, but... Have you found some kind of replacement though? Like, did you even try?
There was another guy who started doing 100% runs, but it wasn't the same.
Oh, I see. I mean, a couple of people have started doing so now. But I don't think anybody does it on a very regular basis, or is that... Or does anybody do so? So are you still into D&D?
Oh yes, I have a double session booked for tomorrow.
I have no idea what that means.
So you know how you play, and then you call it a session because it's a session of time that you
Oh,
play.
you said session. I just didn't understand the words. That would make sense, yeah. I mean, you use the word session in all kinds of contexts. I didn't know that you could also call it a session if you talk about D&D.
Yeah,
But
just like a session at a massage therapist.
yeah, or like all kinds of other sessions, you know. When I hear the word session, it usually has like a different context for me, but let's just keep it at that. I
It's a
don't
good
want
place to
to.
leave it.
I don't want to burden you with even more spooky stories. So, how long does it take for such a D&D session? Like, is it like hours, or how long does it usually last?
Usually they're about 4 hours long, sometimes
Oh,
longer, sometimes shorter.
I see. But do you take breaks in that, or?
Oh yeah, we usually play around dinner time, so we'll order food and then take a break when it comes.
I see. And a cold session. I mean, I'm sure that if you were tasked with finding all kinds of sessions, you would probably find a pretty comprehensive list of things that you could call a session. Oh, you're also into D&D, Zreka? I didn't know that. I didn't even know anybody was into D&D until I heard that people are into D&D.
And then I'm doing it again the next day.
Oh, I see.
I might have to cancel if you stream again though.
You have to cancel what?
I might have to cancel to watch your stream.
Oh, I see.
If you end up going a third day.
I see. That's interesting. So Gjoerulv Death has only fire elemental attacks as well, which means that it's also a fairly hard to lose fights.
Alright, I'm gonna go back to lurking.
Alright, see you. What exactly is Pathfinder? There isn't a D&D, there's, well, I guess what you're trying to say is that there's a D&D Discord, but it's not open. Or maybe there's not any D&D discords, but I would find that kind of strange. I would imagine there would be. Hey Crazy Max, how are you? What is new in this mod? I mean, this mod doesn't actually add any new gameplay, if that's what you're wondering. It only makes your stats stay at 1, so it's like a challenged playthrough. But in addition to that, you start out the game with very potent materia and equipment, so that's this mod essentially. This is also weaker than I thought it would be. I mean, it was still... also, I still have ATB on active, which is not good. Do I have echo screens? Well, to be fair though, I mean, Cloud's HP doesn't matter, he dies to every single attack, so whether it's 50 or 1 or it's 180, it doesn't really make a difference. I mean, this fight is... I mean, as I said, I cannot lose this because Sid absorbs all the attacks. But it's not fast either. I forgot to set ATB to wait, so now this is all just a mess. I don't even know if her attacks take MP, so maybe she will eventually run out of being able to use attacks. Also, it's kind of anticlimactic how the music is kind of dramatic, but all you're really doing is tossing Phoenix Stones endlessly. The tension is really killing me. Will I possibly survive this very dangerous fight or not? The only two characters you can give the black materia to are Barret and Red 13. I don't really know why you can only give it to those two, and not just everyone else. Sure you can.
Hello?
That was spooky.
Just want to tell you I love you, and you're the best.
I mean, I didn't really expect anybody to talk to me right now, so I didn't even realize I still had Discord open. Well, anyway, thank you very much. I appreciate that. Chuck Tester. Where exactly did the Chuck Tester meme originate? I've only ever heard of Chuck Tester from, I think an episode from American Dad, where he's referenced. Really, that's very random. Thank you. Well, interesting. So yeah, now you have the exciting and interesting episodes in the Northern Cave and then Junon, where nothing really happens for a while. I suppose they are by now more likely planning to release it for the PS4, for the PS5, right? And wouldn't it be more likely that they also had that planned from the beginning? So I'm sure that any programming they might have done by now is compatible with the game being intended or planned for the PS5 anyway. Just like Breath of the Wild. So are you saying that Breath of the Wild wasn't even originally planned to come out on the Switch, but more so on the what even is the console that came before the Switch? The Wii? I know that Breath of the Wild is also out on Wii, but it seems to me that most people actually have it on the Switch, but I could be wrong. Yeah, I mean, when I wasn't streaming for those, like, 2 to 3 years, I actually, at some point, bought myself a Switch, and also, Breath of the Wild. I mean, you might not realize that, but, because I never streamed those games. But I also have a certain, liking for some Zelda games, but only on a very, casual playthrough level. Not in terms of speedrunning. Well, as I just said, I already have a Switch now, and I've actually seen people use a Switch in a plane, so it does seem kind of suitable for traveling indeed. Splatoon 2. I have never played that. I've seen people play it, however. What kind of genre even is that? Like, I mean, is it like a battle game? I don't really know how to classify that. I mean, it's kind of like a mass shooting game, only you don't really shoot, you just paint yourself. It's like paintball, I don't know. Has anyone ever actually done paintball in real life? Because I feel that that might be very different from the way it's portrayed in games like Splatoon. Kind of, but also apparently if you get shot in real life, it kind of hurts. Also, I think paintball is more something that is in real life kind of militarily inclined, so you have like scenarios where you try to not get hit, because if you do, then you lose, or you have to, you cannot continue shooting other people, it seems, something like that. It's more like a military RPG, something like that, I think. I mean, I don't think you can get seriously hurt by it, but I can probably still hurt. Waymaker. Why would you call that Waymaker? Animal Crossing is all you need. Isn't there actually, I mean, aren't there continuations to Animal Crossing right now? Isn't there Animal Crossing 2? Maybe even Animal Crossing 3, I have no idea. was surprisingly weak. No, Aerith is not playable in this mod after she dies. This mod doesn't have any gameplay changes in terms of anything apart from your stats. I mean, it's just the same as the original game, like, it's the vanilla game, just with a difference to your stats. Sekiro? I don't even know what that is. I haven't heard of that. This is what you got last Tuesday. I'm where to click on that link. Like, is it even, like, what kind of content is it? Is that something edible, a video game, something personal, like shoes? I need more context before I can muster the courage to even click on that link. Just do it. That's never a good approach to doing things. That looks spooky. I don't really know what to say. So it's a drink in a protective drink case. It looks like a collector's item actually. Also, what kind of drink is it? Like, I am completely unknowledgeable about any kind of alcoholic beverages, so how does cognac differ from, let's say, gin? Or vodka? Or, I don't know. So you're saying that cognac is grape based? Then what are those other drinks based on? Also, if you got it last Tuesday, have you actually tried it by now then? You know, I'm not sure if you're kidding or if that's true, but I have a hard time believing that there could be a drink that's potato based. I mean, that doesn't sound right? I'm not gonna believe that vodka is potato based. That just doesn't sound credible. I mean, how can you make anything out of potatoes? Potatoes are only good for throwing at other people's heads in like a medieval civil wars scenario. Well, maybe I shouldn't be so hard on potatoes. I mean, not too long ago, I actually, I had like sweet potatoes for the first time. Like I went to a weird Asian superstore in a weird German city, and they had like all kinds of strange fruit and vegetables there, and they also had a purple sweet potato, which wasn't even too bad. So I guess not all potatoes are garbage. I kind of wonder how they made the sound effect for this. Like what they use specifically to make it sound somewhat close to an actual slap. This is unacceptable? What exactly do you mean by this? Well, it was midnight my time, but what does that even mean anyway? I mean, who is time for anyway? It's just a concept, like numbers or clocks. Not to be confused with clocks, which are a hideous kind of clothing for your feet. That's a good question. I think... I mean, I had a couple of deaths in Wutai when I did the Pagoda side quest. Oh, you've actually counted it? Really? I would have assumed that it would have been more than 21 by now. Why do they even still have tables on the... why do they have plates on the table? Like, it seems like somebody just ate there right now or not too long ago. Isn't that kind of strange? You're in 7th heaven. What an interesting reference. Yeah, that was yesterday. I must have made quite some progress since then. So after this part, there's the Fort Condor section and the North Coel train section. As I said, you can play a lot of songs on guitar, it seems. Which is interesting. Have you actually played these songs to anybody on the guitar, or are you just saying that you could, but you haven't? I mean, you could maybe try busking them in like some kind of pedestrian area, and maybe make some money out of Tifa's theme. Yeah, I'm not really too much of a fan of the Drawn by Fireworks theme, to be honest, myself. It's just kind of a too slow, too, I don't know, I don't really like the atmosphere of the song. It's like too mellow and too stale. The atmosphere the song creates is kind of not one I generally enjoy in music. Also, why is Sid even sleeping in this scene? He's sitting on the floor and being asleep. He looks kind of homeless like that. Oh, I actually know TPR. He does these melancholy covers, doesn't he, right? No, this is not the new threat mod. This is another mod by a guy called Gjoerulv called the Monomod. In this mod, all your stats are at 1, and they cannot be increased other by equipment, so your stats are permanently 1. Your HP cannot go above 270, and your MP is capped at 90. But you also start the game with a lot of very powerful equipment and materia to cover for that. It's actually not too bad. I quite like it so far. I don't have enough gil to try it as well, that's terrible. You need to actually have 4,000 gil before you can even try this, even if you don't want to spend any gil, which is what I want to do. That's too bad. So I'm just gonna wait until the enemy reaches the top, and then a fight is triggered. That I hope should not be an issue. I mean, unfortunately, these units are not very fast. The fastest moving enemy unit is actually the flying thing. This is already the maximum speed. I mean, this already is the fast version of this, believe it or not. Oh yeah, I just remembered I could have actually done something else, but that would have cost me my money, which I didn't want to do, so let's just go with this. Interesting. How much HP does these things even have? Apparently more than that. Oh well. I kind of wanted to win actually to get another Imperial Guard, but it seems like I mean I could relords. You know, because you lost this fight, they cut off the rope, and now there's no way in the game to get back up. Oh well. It's not like I really care that much. So, I mean, I also lose on the Phoenix materia, for now at least. You can actually dig it up in Bone Village if you want to later, but... Oh hey, biodegradation. Hey Sushi, how are you? I am good myself. Hey Tasha. What is a Monomod playthrough? It's a playthrough of this mod called Monomod. And the Monomod, it sets all your stats to 1. Thomas the Tank Engine, isn't it way too spooky? Well, I'm good, how are you? Hey DK Fit Nerds, how are you? Well, that's because I actually haven't done this in ages. The Monomod is a mod in which all your stats are at 1. Your HP is capped at level 30 at 270 and your MP at 90. So you have really bottom of the barrel stats, you could say. On the other hand, you also get a lot of good late game stuff just right from the beginning of the game. I actually kind of want to steal another cursed ring from Ultimate Weapon. Also, Ultimate Weapon has one attack called Ultimate Beam that I probably need to make sure to survive somehow. I mean, I also have the Mist style, so I could also just hope to actually just evade that attack. What exactly are the new skips and speed records being set lately? The guard skip? You know, I haven't actually been up to date with FF7 or speedrunning in general for quite some time now, so what exactly is the guard skip? Well, I can't believe that either. Why would I be from there, in your opinion? So what exactly is the guard skip? And when was that discovered, I wonder? Oh, is it the one where you go ahead, straight ahead from, basically you skip Airbuster? Is that the one? Because I'm familiar with that one. It doesn't actually matter which answer you give to these guys, you can always keep the elixir. Yes. I don't think anything in terms of backgrounds or spell effects are changed. Are you telling me that literally no one survived that attack? Wow. That is unfortunate. I mean, it dealt like 500 damage, so like nobody could have survived that. Maybe I should focus actually on just evading that attack. I mean, my highest magic evasion armor is the Mistile, from which I have only one piece. But I also have the Aegis armlet, which isn't too bad either. Yeah, I'm familiar with that skip, then I've seen videos on it. I've not done it myself yet. I mean, you cannot actually kill this. I mean, this, the only way to kill this thing, or like to win the battle before the use of Ultimate Beam, is if you were somehow able to deal 80,000 HP of damage, which is not realistic. So, I mean, the battle is only 3 turns. It's gonna use Quake 2, a physical attack, and then Ultimate Beam. And I just need to make sure that someone survives these 3 turns. I mean, yeah, I'm pretty sure it's doable. Let's use some pointless limit break, because why not? I mean, he's not even gonna attack him, he's just gonna transform. Wait, he actually did? Interesting. I mean, my HP doesn't actually go up much above that though. As I said, the maximum HP at level 30 is 270 HP, and with the help of HP plus materia you can double that to 540, which I've almost reached, so I've almost reached my ultimate form, you could say. I cannot get 600 HP though, I can get at most 540. Now Tifa becomes the unpaid psychologist assistant. Well, you have to remember a lot of things in this part. You have to remember in which order you have to talk to these pointless cloud NPCs. You have to remember where to go to and when. It's actually very difficult. I hope you appreciate all of that. The hard labor that button pressing can be. I mean, my fingers are basically falling off by this point. So that's like 1/3 of the flashback already completed. This whole section takes, I think, around 18 minutes. Which is way too long if you ask me. It doesn't fit. Why do you think it doesn't fit? Oh, by the way, if anybody's still here from like 4 hours ago, when I was talking about fish and one type of strange fish that apparently, in my opinion, when cooked tastes, well not taste, smells like urine, I finally found what that fish is called. So, it's not called tuna. The fish I had in mind is called pike perch, which is actually kind of a popular fish here. People like to eat it, but personally I don't like it because, as I said, to me it smells like urine when it's cooked, and because smell and taste are so very much intertwined, the taste is not very appealing to me either. I mean, it doesn't taste like urine. Maybe just very faintly so. And to be fair, I mean that the fish doesn't like taste like fully concentrated urine, but it has like a slight whiff of urine in it. At least that's my association with the smell of that fish. I mean, I can see what your next question is going to be, but you can usually extrapolate from the way things smell, the way they would taste. I mean, as I said, because of how your sense of taste and your sense of smell affect each other, you can usually guess one from the other. I mean, I'm pretty sure that a lot of people can kind of guess what urine tastes like, even though only very few have tried it. Well, that's an interesting claim you make there. I mean, personally, I would say that it does. Yeah, I mean, if you say it doesn't taste the way it smells, then then I wonder what you think it tastes like. Dude, I mean, I don't think you're weird if you say it. I probably already think you're weird, just because. I think most people are weird anyway. No offense. I mean, I'm not judgmental, at least not openly so. Not overly so. Well, maybe you should get better biscuits then. Because usually biscuits shouldn't smell like that. By the way, were you there, Fine Lines, when I talked about the biscuits I bought in a store in Barcelona? They tasted like plastic. They had like an aftertaste of plastic, which was not very good. I mean, it seems like you really shouldn't eat cake. Shouldn't eat cookies. At least I shouldn't. Whenever I have cookies, it seems like it's not a good experience. Also, cookies crumble too much. Like, if I eat cookies in my own place, there's too much cleaning involved afterwards. They taste just like paint. Maybe if you're into paint, you might really appreciate those then. I mean, some people apparently like the smell of paint and also of gasoline. I mean, even though you probably shouldn't inhale either, because I think both are poisonous or toxic to some extent. But some people kind of like those smells, might even end up sniffing them, which is even worse. And my headphone just fell off. To try and sleep in a bed? Why would you try and sleep in a bed? Have you not ever experienced the urge to sleep in more adventurous places, like in a baking oven or in a washing machine? Hey Xmog, how are you? I mean, you should be more adventurous with the places you sleep in. Like, try a windowsill, or below a couch, below a sofa, in a closet, under your kitchen table. Like, isn't that fun? Have you ever tried that? I dare you to lie on your kitchen floor right now and look at the ceiling and ponder your life. You know, I have actually done it myself once, and I found the experience to be quite peaceful and serene. You haven't really truly lived until you have lied down on your back on your kitchen floor and looked for at least 4 to 5 seconds at the ceiling from that position. So the next boss is Carry Armor, who also doesn't really, who must not get any turns, at least not. He obviously cannot use Lapis Laser because you cannot actually dodge that attack, and you cannot reduce the damage enough to survive it. So you must manipulate the fights RNG wise so that you never see Lapis Laser because you cannot survive that. I mean, if you can get through this even on this hard mods, then this probably means you can very easily go through it on a regular playthrough. This is not even a speed run, but it's my first stream in like not only since last year, but in quite a while. You can still use this house as a free resting spot, by the way. So why use a tent when you can just sleep in somebody else's house? That's probably also good life advice. Don't sleep in tents, just go to somebody else's house and sleep in their bed. Even though there might be complications in real life with this approach, so maybe you should be more careful when you follow it. Well, to be fair though, isn't everything a good way to get shot or arrested in America? Well, I did a lot of things, not just that, but I have traveled the world, I have picked up pebbles on beaches, I have eaten exotic ice cream flavors. Oh, good luck with that. What kind of degree would that be, though? I see.